Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting. Today, including two cable TV companies have recently announced they're either completely shutting down or shutting down their TV service. And only 24% of Americans in this major city subscribe to cable TV. We'll tell you all about all these stories and more here in a quick second. First though, if you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read about them yourself. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. By doing one of both, YouTube knows to recommend our videos to more people. And hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. Well, great news today. For the first time since I've been back, we have a sponsor for today's video. So real quick, here's a very short little description of Asurion Home Plus. Today's video is sponsored by Asurion Home Plus. With this great tech protection plan, not only do you get protection for all of your devices in your home, you also get access to over 10,000 home experts to help you with any technology issues you may be having. You also get things like unlimited photo storage, data security, in-home setup and installation help, and of course the live support help on things like televisions, laptops, game systems, tablets, and more. If you want to learn more about their great plan here and how you can sign up, check out the show descriptions down below on this video. Thank you so much to them for their support of the Cord Cutting Today show. All right, let's dive into the story. Starting off with another cable TV company has announced it's shutting down because, according to this company, extreme price increases from programmers. Now, they're shutting down their TV service. We'll talk about one fully shutting down in a second. Dual Broadband, which serves customers throughout Kentucky, in multiple counties in Kentucky, I should say, has announced that at the end of this year, they will shut down their traditional streaming service, at the end of 2024, they will shut down their traditional cable TV service. In January, here in just a few short weeks, January 4th, they will shut down their streaming service. So they actually launched a streaming service to offer streaming cable TV, but they're going to shut that down January 1st. On December 31st, 2024, they will shut down their traditional cable TV service. Now, when I went to their website, it's kind of not very clear where to find their cable TV service. They may have actually stopped selling it altogether, or they just made it very hard to find with that. But they announced that because of extreme price increases from programmers, we will phase out our streaming TV and traditional service also, rather than pass along large price increases to our customers. The good news is that you will have excellent alternatives for your TV service. The My Bundle streaming marketplace is a great resource to find your best options. So they're pointing people to streaming options. Of course, they will also be able to get things like satellite if they so choose to use satellite TV rather than a streaming service. But they're not alone. Another major company out there, or another, I should say, small cable TV company out there called Bailey Cable TV that serves customers in Mississippi and Louisiana, has shut down with very little warning. According to a report from AFB, on November 30th, customers suddenly lost their service and the company sent an email saying they won't bill them for December. They're going out of business. The website's still there, but when we called the customer service number, we got a recorded message that says, as of November 30th, Bailey Cable has closed its doors. If you have lost your service, it will not be restored. There will be no billing for the month of December. We thank you. That's all they told their customers. Completely gone. No internet, no TV option there, which is kind of rough in some of these more rural areas. There may not be a whole lot of other options. Of course, they do have satellite service from like SpaceX or maybe 5G, but that definitely reduces one. Very possible that some other cable TV companies may come in and try to buy them up, but whatever reason, they just decided it was best to just shut down. I suspect that we'll continue to see this trend. We've already seen it throughout 2023 with several small companies. We even saw some mid-sized companies like Wow TV shift over to selling YouTube TV rather than selling their own main one. I suspect in 2024 we're going to see a lot more cable TV companies doing that. For now though, if you are a customer in that area, you're just out of luck. You're going to have to scramble and find something else. And of course, some people are very upset, understandably. Very little warning to go find a new internet provider in a day and age where internet is very important for people, not just people who work from home, but people to do the everyday things they enjoy, from streaming content to playing video games and surfing the web. Loss of internet, it was a huge blow for many people. All right, speaking of the death of cable TV, Recently, the city of Baltimore announced that just 60,000 cable TV subscribers remain inside the city. This is down from over 106,000 back in 2020, according to the Baltimore Banner. That's a 44% drop. Now, according to the United States Census, there's about 247,000 households inside Baltimore. That means just 24% of households in the city of Baltimore, Maryland, pay for cable TV still. Now, this is impacting the city there. They say they project a $1.3 million deficit from the 5% franchise tax they charge cable TV companies per subscriber. Fewer subscribers mean fewer paying people into the taxes. Now they're having to look to replace that revenue. Now, Comcast, which is one of the largest providers of TV inside of Baltimore, recently reported in the third quarter that they lost 490,000 TV customers nationwide. They also lost, that works out to be about 5,300 a day. They also lost 18,000 broadband internet customers. Comcast now has 32 million, though, broadband internet customers. Cord cutting is hitting them hard, and it seems like Baltimore is one of the larger cord cutting sites. Now, it's estimated nationwide, the average is about 50%. So for the city of Baltimore to have just 24 cable TV subscribers, from my understanding, that also doesn't just include Comcast, includes others. I'm not sure how satellite plays into that, but for cable TV, that's the numbers. Very interesting to see the rapid decline there from 106,000 just about 3 years ago to just 40-some now. Huge drop in the amount of cord cutting. All right, let's keep moving along. We got a lot of stories and to answer your cord cutting questions. Tucker Carlson is launching a new streaming service titled Tucker Carlson. Now, this has been announced. People can sign up now for $72 a year for the founder price. He says that they're recording a lot of content, but very little is known past that. A quick search at the time of recording for like Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, and others are unable to find a source for this or app for this. So we'll have to see how this plays out. But if you're a fan of Tucker Carlson or not, he's got a new streaming service coming. All right, Paramount may be up for sale. The family that owns the majority of Paramount stock right now, Sherry Redstone, I hope I said that right, is reportedly in talks with multiple companies for a possible sale of her share that would give over majority control of Paramount. Few ways this could be done. It's being reported that this could be done as maybe selling off select assets of Paramount or selling it all off there. One of the big companies, according to Puck News, is out there, Skydance Media, looking at this. We'll have to keep a very close eye on this, but it's being reported that Paramount is up for sale. Now, just because people are looking at the numbers doesn't mean a sale will happen, doesn't mean the whole thing will sell. Could be just parts of it. Throughout the last year, they've been looking at selling out things like BET or VH1 and other smaller assets that they've owned over the last few years have been sold. Speaking of Paramount, they're shutting down many of their TV Everywhere apps. Now, we reported last week that Comedy Central, MTV, and Paramount Network would shut down their apps. You can now add Nickelodeon's apps to that. So the Nickelodeon app now posted the recent warning that soon they will be going away and no longer offering it. You'll now need to log in through your cable provider. That means the majority of their cable network apps, or TV Everywhere apps as they're called, are no longer available. BET Plus will continue. The Smithsonian, which offers quite a bit of free streaming content, will also continue. And for now, BET app on select devices like Roku and Fire TV is still there. But it's gone off of Android, and I believe iOS is gone too. It's no longer even available there. So will the BET app continue? Will they shut that down? We'll have to wait and see. But what's probably happening here, to be honest with you, is the fact that most people no longer use the TV Anywhere apps. Back when the TV Anywhere apps launched, most cable companies didn't offer a streaming app. Most people weren't streaming content. That if you were away from your cable box, away from your home, this was the only way to access additional content by logging in with your cable provider's content. Now that many cable companies offer their own streaming apps, I'm sure Paramount's saying, hey, this isn't an expense that we no longer need to be covering. So we are going to just get rid of it, no longer offer this, reduce our costs, drive people back to the cable ones. Now, some people say maybe not all the content's there. We'll see how that all plays out. But for now, it's still running. I don't have an exact date when they will shut down, but they say it will happen soon. And our last story before we get into the questions of the day. If your internet or TV suddenly stops working from cable TV, it may be because somebody stole the cable lines. Increasingly, there's a growing trend of people stealing the copper out of cable lines, taking down huge swaths of cable companies' wiring and selling the cables for scrap. Apparently, according to Frontier, they've seen a 70% jump recently, with West Virginia being the hardest hit, but this is happening all over the country, where suddenly people are waking up not having internet, cable company comes out, or TV, cable company comes out and says, wow, our lines are missing, a huge swath of lines. Frontier says recently they got a report that some lines were stolen. They replaced them. The next day they were stolen again. The price of copper, which is in these lines, has gone up a lot since 2020. This has cost a lot of people to steal it. It seems like a lot of work for a very little bit of copper, but apparently that's what's happening here. So if you're out of service and they say the line was stolen, they may not be lying. It's becoming a trend across the country for that. All right, let's dive into the question of the day. Now, if you have a question for me, leave me a comment down below and start off with a question for Luke. I'll pick a few and answer them here, but also answering some just directly in the comments also. But we got a question here that says, why do some companies like Sinclair, Scripps, and others have their sub-channels like MeTV and others offered streaming out there for free through a variety of services like Pluto TV? Other companies, or like Next or MeTV, I should have said that is one you have to pay for, don't give them away for free, make you pay either for Friendly or YouTube TV or other services to get them. Why are some broadcast television companies getting those smaller channels like Comet TV is a very popular one, was one of the big leaders in this, offering it streaming for free, when others like MeTV want you to pay for what's available free as a sub-channel with an antenna? Well, in short, some companies want more money from it. Nexstar has done this too with local news. They put local news on a delay because they worry if they give the content away for free, cable networks would be less likely to pay them for it. For example, Comet TV is free, and they worry that that may decrease the value of the channel if they did that for MeTV and other channels. So it's really about money. Still, for local TV stations, the majority of the money comes from cable subscription retransmission fees. And as long as that continues, you'll see companies cater to that. As soon as that no longer becomes the main way they get their money, that's when we may see more creative ways to raise money through streaming and other options. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Take care, be safe. Thanks for your support.